Hey. Sorry, I had a bit of a problem at the moment. That started twice. So, how are you today, Jen?
I'm okay. I've got the wet hair. This is how my day has gone. So I could not shower until whatever time it is, 5 o'clock. But it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. Good.
How has your day been?
Oh, it's been good. It's just all these days at home are starting to take a toll. I'm excited to talk about episode 7.
I am
Picture
too.
Perfect with you.
I took a lot of notes on this one.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Can you hear my kids? It sounds like they're playing basketball in the living room. So I hope that you can hear.
I cannot hear them.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's just get started.
Sure.
So what was your overall impression of the episode?
I really liked it. So I thought it advanced the plot in a really interesting way. I thought the drama increased, but not in a way that was annoying or overly soapy. And after the last episode, which for those of you who weren't there, we liked, but maybe felt like it didn't need to be a full episode, kind of had some mixed feelings there. I thought this one, like every minute, was utilized either to move the plot forward or to deepen our understanding of a character. And I will just say, and I know we will talk about her more, but Izzy, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, she just blew me away. I felt like it was a really Izzy-centered episode. And it is astonishing to me that such a young actress can hold her own against people like Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. But I thought she was just phenomenal. So, yeah. How about you?
So I agree with you with the moving the action forward and all that. But I also I feel like I'm getting some fatigue on watching the show just because it feels like it's being drawn. It just has felt really drawn out to me. And I found myself really frustrated with some of the characters this time. And I don't know. I just found myself feeling annoyed.
There's only one more. Is there only one more episode?
I don't know. Is there one more or 2? I don't remember.
I'm going to pull up my computer very subtly while we're talking. Okay.
But I mean, I think that it was a very important, definitely an important episode and definitely way more action packed than the last episode. Yeah. So, and I agree. I think that the storyline with Izzy has been really interesting and has been, I think that the actress who plays Izzy is doing a phenomenal job. So what were some of the things that worked for you?
So I thought finally getting an explanation about Izzy's homosexuality and the reason that her former friend has started targeting her in her bullying efforts. I thought that really made a lot of sense. And I thought that they portrayed that in a really great way to show why it was so hurtful and where the rumors came from, the way that her friend I can't remember her friend's name, but that she had decided to shape the story to sort of protect herself. And so I thought that was all really well done. I am really glad that I think Elena is finally going to get called on some of the things that she has done. When she started spewing about accountability and people having to people having to be accountable for their actions. And then watching Bill, I finally was glad to see Bill's character getting a little bit of development there. I really liked that. There were just so many strong scenes with Izzy, like the scene between Izzy and Mia, what I thought was great. I just thought everything, when you see her in opposition to Elena, the whole Christmas card debacle.
I was going to say that scene with Izzy and Elena and the Christmas card. I thought that was great. Both actresses.
And both the scene where they have the face off and then when she is slicing Izzy out of the face. Oh my gosh. And when they're in the car together and Elena is so angry about the stunt that I just used air quotes, the stunt that Izzy did at school that got her in trouble. And she says about how hard it is to be your mom. And then you just see Izzy's heartbreak, because even though she objects so much to so much of what Elena is and does, it's still her mom. And so to have someone say that to her when she was trying to do something good and meaningful, and then you contrast that with the conversation she had with Mia, where Mia so understands, but is also able to say, well, here's what was wrong with that. Here's why that approach maybe wasn't the best approach. And I also think, like, you talked a lot about Mia being portrayed as the villain, and I think that it pulled her back a little bit, and I thought she was really empathetic. Sorry, that was a really long explanation. There was a lot that worked for me in this episode. I just felt like it felt almost like it had been recentered, and a lot of the things I liked really early on, I felt like came back to the surface. How about you? What worked for you?
Well, the scene, the Christmas card scene, I mean, just the whole way that storyline developed, I thought was really, I mean, heartbreaking, but also really compelling. And I think that getting to kind of see that Elena is getting a reckoning, and especially her husband, Bill.
Yeah. Richard's the Mei Ling's adoptive father, right?
So, no, that's Mark.
Oh, that's Mark. So I don't know who Richard is. Anyway.
I don't know. As soon as I said it, I was like, that doesn't sound right. So Bill, like, seeing him just be so frustrated, and when Elena approaches Mia in the bathroom and just like being so, like, all these steps she's taken, offering the check, doing, like, kind of basically threatening Mia in the bathroom, all of that. And I like that he's finally saying, you know, you can't make these decisions without consequences, and that he's just so frustrated with her. It was nice to finally see that, I think. So that was what really worked for me, is that her almost getting that reckoning. Yeah. So was there anything that didn't work for you?
So I still feel like the love triangle between Pearl and Moody and Trip it's getting better, but it's still pretty weak for me. And I do feel bad for Moody. I don't know. That part's just weaker for me. And I think the Lexi Brian breakup, I like the way they were paralleling Lexi's heartbreak with Izzy's, and I thought that was nice, and I thought there was nice work between those two actresses. But yeah, that plot has felt rushed for me in a weird way. It's like it needed more time to make it. I don't know that I wanted it to have more time, because it's not been my favorite thing, but it felt like it needed more time to make me feel it as much as I'm feeling like Izzy's plot. So those are probably the two things, those two subplots that I just didn't love as much. I don't know.
Oh, can you see me?
There. I can see you. You're a little glitchy. It's like you're refreshing. I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear. Can you hear?
Okay. And you may be fine for everybody else. It could be my Wi-Fi. I don't know.
Anybody that's on here, can you all hear me?
I can hear. You're a little pixelated, but.
So should I go ahead? You can hear me though?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go ahead, because I'm not sure what that will be if we do too. Yeah. A little Picasso here. Better now. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Ashley. So, for me, so there was the scene with BB and Elena when Elena, or not BB and Elena, BB and Mia, when Mia tells BB that she is not going to be able to testify.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I was really put off by that scene. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it was the acting. I don't know. just felt really annoyed at that scene. I don't know. I think it's because I don't feel like the BB character has been developed enough for me to feel like I'm behind her.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally understand what I'm supposed to feel, but I also feel like the development of her character hasn't been such that I'm at all behind her that much. Whereas in the book, I felt like it did a better job. And of course, they have more time and space to do that. But I don't know. Just I don't know. Just that whole thing. And I mean, I think like Mia, she did have some turning moments in this episode, but I also feel like because of how she's been set up from the beginning, and I feel like she just expects so much of Pearl, and she just seems, I feel like the character in the show seems very selfish, but so I don't know. I just found myself annoyed at some where I haven't been annoyed, and I just wanted to get the episode over with. And I don't know that it's something that I mean, I don't know that it's that I don't like it. It's just I was just kind of feeling over it, over the, you know, the drama. I don't know. Yeah. So I guess it could be my own mental space watching it. I don't know. This was not my favorite episode.
Yeah, I will say, so the Mia BB scene, I didn't have strong feelings either way. I just thought it needed to be there to advance the plot. I didn't have really sad feelings. It was just kind of a non-entity scene for me. I thought the scene between Mia and Pearl, when Pearl is asking her about the painting or the photo and the money, and I mean, that really was heartbreaking. And I thought that was down to those actresses' power.
Yeah,
the ability to show. I mean, they are just communicating at cross purposes. And I think it's a natural thing for a teenage girl to get to that point where she wants to be independent from her mother and she wants to have a truth. But I think for Mia, they've been so close for so long. You also understand why she's heartbroken. And I think she should have told Pearl before the truth before, but I can understand why she felt like she was protecting her and protecting them and their ability to be together. So yeah, I mean, I know what you mean, but I had a little more empathy for Mia than I think it sounds like you did. I felt like they played that up more this episode.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I think that they're doing a great job, like with the episode. I don't know. Some of it, I was just really frustrated. So what was your favorite scene?
I think my favorite, I love a good speech. So I think my favorite was the one where Izzy and Mia are talking, and Izzy has the speech, and she says, "All I see is sky and water to the horizon." And she just says, I just can't, wondering how much longer am I going to have to swim? And I just think you see that on her face, like from the beginning, when Elena is so pleased at the way their house looks. And you can just see Izzy just does not care about that. Like the whole tartan kids thing. And like just her desperation to do things that matter and to expand her knowledge of the world beyond surfaces. I just think that scene between her and Mia is beautiful because you see the connection that she's yearning for. And it just breaks my heart that she continues to hope that Elena is going to be there for her, and she's not. And now she's found someone who can be. Yeah, that actress.
Yeah, she is great.
Blows me away. She's so good. And her, I mean, there are moments of silence where her expressions just say everything. She's really great.
I think that those are my favorite scenes. We're just getting her backstory and finding out about just that whole scene where they're doing the 7 minutes in heaven and just how heartbreaking all of that is. Yeah. And how that betrayal from her friend kind of, I mean, like changed the whole trajectory of what was happening in her life and the bullying and all that. So I thought all that was really powerful. Yeah. So that was my favorite.
And she's such a strong character, but she continues to make herself vulnerable and to trust other people. And she's just let down by her mother and by her friends and by her siblings at every turn. And so, yeah, I think it's amazing that she can continue to put herself out there. Yeah. She really breaks my heart. I really love that character.
Well, and I like to that she and Bill seem to have a really good relationship. I do like that part. I wish it were developed more.
Yeah.
But I like those hints that they have this really great relationship.
Right. Well, like when they realize that she's been flipping off the camera and you can tell he thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
And Elena is just off the deep end.
I know.
Oh my gosh, when she was slicing off those photos, it just broke my
heart. And
then
when Izzy found him in the trash can, I mean, can you imagine as a child? I mean, she's a teenager. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. I think I don't think any episode has been great for Elena, but this episode, some of the episodes that we've watched she's had some redeeming moments, which we've talked about. And I think in this episode, she just did not have any redeeming moments. And then, I mean, like also her telling Pearl about her dad and Mia's choice and all that. I mean, like, how dare she?
She's just so spiteful.
Yeah.
She's so spiteful. Like when she told Bill that she was shocked that Mia was going to testify because she thought she had taken care of that little problem.
Just the entitlement and the privilege and all that. I mean, I think it's a great, in that moment when Bill says about BB and saying like that he knows that they're going to win because people like BB don't win. And I mean, it was a powerful moment. It is, it's gut wrenching that is the case, but I think it was a powerful moment to say something like that is both, unjust and it needs to be said, what I mean? So I thought that there were moments that I really thought were powerful in this episode.
Yeah.
Jill just said, my phone keeps kicking me off. Do you have anything else that you want to? The only thing we really didn't talk about is the fact that Brian and Lexi broke up.
Yeah. Which, yeah. I mean, Lexi I try hard to have sympathy for her because you can see the home she was raised in. Mm-hmm. And you can see how her mother has shaped her to be her mini-me.
Yeah.
But when they're at the drive-in and she talks about that's what happens when they don't go to college.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Brian, you should break up with her. Why haven't you broken up with her to this point? And of course I still have, I still know she's a kid and hopefully she can change. But it's just like every time she has the opportunity to grow and to learn a lesson, she doesn't. She resists it. She just can't move forward. And so when we didn't really talk about the art piece with Izzy.
Yeah.
And again,
was that in the book? I don't remember that, but maybe it was. Yeah.
If anybody is on who read the book, I would be interested I don't remember it, but as we have made very aware, I do not remember a lot of details about the book. I feel like we're getting to a point where I remember the end fairly well. But we'll see. We'll test that, I guess, when we talk about the next episode.
Was it one more episode, Jen?
Yeah. It looks like, if I'm reading it right, this is IMDb. It's just set up weird. So here's season 1. Oh, whoops.
For some reason, I thought it was 10 episodes.
But I did too initially. But let's see. It only has 8 listed.
Okay.
Now.
It is getting to the part that I remember as well. And so I think that, so I mean, I don't know how much more they could drag it out.
I was gonna say the finale will have a lot of things going on.
Yes.
But
anyway, were you gonna say you were saying about we didn't talk about the doll piece. So
so I really appreciated Mia sort of talking her through that when she said, you're not an exception because you want to be.
Yeah.
And that you don't get to challenge people and not let people challenge you back.
So Mom asked about the doll. So in the book, did Izzy take this like doll art piece to school and set it up, and then she gets expelled and her mom has to go pick her up? Ashley says she can't remember. But so basically Izzy takes this, she's trying to make a statement about the trial and about the fact that BB is not going to be able to get custody of Maylin or Maribel because she is Chinese. And so that's kind of what.
So she cuts out like faces for different races and makes a poster that says a white baby $100,000, an Asian baby $10,000, a black baby free, and then is trying to make this statement about race, but then people of different races are coming up and saying, do you realize that's racist? And she's like, well, yeah, that's the whole point. But she clearly has not communicated her objection.
And she also like cut out pictures of actors who are not of that race. And you know, that, I mean, yeah, it was a painful scene. Like
it really is.
But yeah. So Mom said she doesn't remember that from the book. Oh, okay. So anyway, that was pretty painful. Do you have any other?
I don't think so. I think that's
it. I did want to tell everybody. So we've been talking about the awesome 90s music that they're like slowing down at the end. They're playing the slow down, and they did Pictures of You by The Cure, which was fantastic. So then I was like, I went and looked on Spotify, and they have a playlist of all the songs on Spotify. And if you just look up Little Fires Everywhere, I almost said Pretty Little Liars. That's not the same thing. Little Fires Everywhere playlist. It has a picture of the movie cover or the show cover, and then it has all the songs that they played.
That's great.
And the artists and all that. So so check that out.
It's been stellar.
Yeah. The music, and I mean, I think the attention to the 90s genre, you know, the whole time period, that decade, I think that has been really, they've done that very well.
Yeah, I agree.
So to finish up, we decided our give me one to end this chat would be one of our 90s fashion faux pas. There are so many to count for me.
I know. And I was also like, but if I could still dress that way, I think I would, because it was super comfy. Because I wore like the big, gigantic flannels, and I still love flannels. I will say the flannels I wore were probably 5 sizes too big and like went down to my knees. So that's probably my biggest one, but I'm not sure I hate it. Like I think I would still wear it. And I would wear like the great big boots. Yeah. And I still kind of like that. Yeah. Fake combat boots with glittery laces. My laces were not glittery. They were fake combat boots. Yes. And you know, the t-shirt under, and then I went through the stage where I wore the Adidas slip-on sandals with
that was going to be my faux pas, because I wore those, but also I would wear them with socks sometimes.
Yes, I did
at school.
Did you have the ones that were supposed to massage the bottom of your feet?
Yes.
Okay, so one day I wore them.
The sock lint would get caught down in.
Oh my gosh. Well, one day I wore them too long, and I swear they took a layer of skin off the bottom of my feet. I mean, because they had like the little massagey things, which were really just hard rubbery pegs sticking. Anyway, that was maybe not a faux pas. That was just a bad decision. But yeah, the socks were not great.
Oh my gosh. The summer between my junior year and senior year of high school, I went on Yes, Jill, socks with sandals when wearing Adidas tracksuits. So I went on a trip to Europe with people, like it was a school sponsored trip. And oh my gosh, every picture in the airport, I have on blue Umbro shorts, I mean, it's like 90s, like exploded, a bum equipment, giant sweatshirt, and Adidas sandals with white, like, socks. And not ankle socks either.
Nope.
Yeah, Jill said wind pants are the best. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I did not wear a lot of wind pants.
Because we had those for sports. So like they were.
I did not exercise, so I did not need wind pants. The Adidas sandals were purely for show because I was so fashionable.
But, oh my gosh, there are so many.
Now,
and the tall socks.
Initially, when you said fashion faux pas, I was like, if we can go 80s.
Oh my gosh.
Like I said, I should not wear 90s looks. I totally would because they were comfy and I was always warm. And yeah, it was great. 80s was a rough time. 80s was a really rough time.
Yes.
But
all the slouch socks.
And stirrup pants.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And the big sweaters with geometric everything. And I went
Don't you dare, Jill.
Where I had braces. My mom gave me an Ogilvy home perm. This was, yeah. And I had gotten the big glasses and this was a fashion, I swear, when you would put them on the string and then hang them down. And I would match that with my outfit because that was the coolest thing. I mean, there were some rough times in the 80s.
I had some rough hair moments in the early 90s too. Like growing out the bangs.
Oh, yeah.
So much. My mom hated when I was growing out my bangs because I would kind of pull my hair up and just like spray it so that it was like a little wave. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just remember when I stopped getting perms because my hair was really straight when I was little, and then it sort of stayed, well, you can't tell now, but it stayed curly-ish. And I was like, oh, well, I guess this is what I have. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, chokers. Jill said chokers.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter, she and her little friends, they are wearing chokers. No, they're not the chokers we wore because the chokers that we wore had actually a clasp and stuff. Yeah. But my daughter and her friends, they get these ones at Claire's and they like pull them over their head.
Oh, wow.
And then they just kind of like have elastic. So they just sit on there. No, she wants them all the time and she leaves them on for like 1 minute. Ashley said she loved those, Jill. That was the look with the flannel shirts and the chokers and all of that.
Yeah.
So, well, the children.
I was going to say.
I've hit my limit.
Yeah. All right. So I guess one more.
One more episode.
On Wednesday at 8. And yeah, I hope everybody watches.
Yes. Everybody watch and then we can do the finale and the finale episode and then just talk about it in general.
But that will happen in 5 years.
Stop it. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I better go.
See ya. Bye, everybody.
See you all next time. Bye, Jen.
Bye, Sara.